Hello everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching my videos, subscribing to my channel. If you don't, you can do that right now. Click the notification bell because I post all the time. Alright, so today, if you are unaware, I do a whole bunch of things. I didn't even realize it until I was with my family in Memphis and they were like introducing me to someone. They were listening to things that I do and I was like, damn, that is a lot of stuff. But along with those things, I also have hobbies. And one of my hobbies, one of my favorite hobbies, honestly, is being a part of the Society 451 book club. This book club was started by my dear friend, Christian Garza of House of Christian on all social media and co-host of our fashion podcast, That's Hot Pod. Christian one day was talking about his book club randomly on Twitter, as people do. You know, it's like a public diary. And I got at him immediately, like, Christian, you have a book club and you didn't invite me? What's going on with that? What's up with that? Basically bogarted my way into this book club. Then I discovered that Christian had other black girlfriends. I was not the only one, so I no longer feel special. However, the other girls seem nice, so maybe we could all be friends together. I don't know. We're going to see. So far, the book club has been going good. It's cool. Every month, someone else gets to pick a book. My book is coming up. I picked the Gilda stories, so I'm going to be super happy to review that. It's about a black girl vampire. This month's book, and the reason why I'm recording this is because I missed the book club meeting because we had to push it back because like the day was not working with everybody's schedule. And I just blindly agree because I'd be like, yeah, I don't have nothing going on. Sure, I'll come. And I didn't realize that it was on the same day that The Little Mermaid had came out. And I had promised Amina at Amina on all social media. It's my little cousin. She's awesome. She's very funny. If you have kids, tune in over there for the child-friendly kid YouTube content. So yeah, I told Amina I was going to take her to see Little Mermaid. We had activities planned and stuff. We made mermaid crowns. And I was not about to be a liar to a 4-year-old. Kids have the best memories. So I believe in keeping my word to kids. I hated it when people like lied to me, misled me when I was a kid, so I don't do it. The adults in the book club, I knew they could handle it. They could do it without me. But this book, I refuse to just let it go to waste, have read/listened to it for no reason. Verity. Verity by Colleen Hoover. Now, this book, there's so much to say, and I'm going to do my best because, my goodness, it is just it's like a single white female situation, honestly. Yes, it very much gives single white female. So, Lowen is a writer. She's broke. She's struggling. Her life is sad. Her mom is sick. Her mom is dying. She lies. Her mom lies to her. That's how messed up their relationship is, basically. Her mom lies to her and gets her to take care of her while she's dying. Because the mom knows she's dying, basically. I don't know if she have an illness or something. They didn't really elaborate on that. But the mom is like, oh, I promise if you let me stay with you, you take care of me, I will, leave you this money. Or all the money left in my account, you can have it. That is scam city. Because she didn't even give you a balance. She didn't even tell you nothing. But who am I? Anyways, you take your mom in. She dies. You are a writer. A fledgling writer, honestly. Because you put out books and stuff. You got a publishing deal, but it's not that good. Like, you're not selling. You are living pillar to post. You about to get evicted from your apartment. You are in a situationship with your book agent because y'all were in a relationship, didn't work out, but then you didn't get out of it because that's your agent too. And you was probably lonely. He was probably cute, more successful than you. You was popping it. Cool, yeah, situationship. Okay, you're keeping him at arm's distance. Then you were on Instagram and you found out he had a girlfriend or he was seeing somebody, took somebody out on a date, was thirsty enough to post them. So that made you feel away. So he was like, no, we're cutting this off because I'm not going to be in a situationship with somebody's boyfriend. At least respect that level of morals that you have. So the agent calls her up. Look, I know you broke. I know you struggling because I get a % off your check and you ain't getting no checks. So we got a deal for you. We're going to head down to this office. Here's the address. Dress appropriately. Meet me there. On her, she's happy. It's like manna from heaven. Oh my God, a potential deal. I don't know what I'm going to do, really. Like, I just been doing all this stuff with my mom, about to get evicted. There are a lot of balls in the air, and none of them have money in them. So this is an opportunity that I need. She goes. On her way to the meeting, She sees a man get hit by a bus, a car, and it's very, very graphic, dramatic to the point where blood is on her as well. I don't think she's ever seen a person die before or be killed. And then who has really seen like a blood splatter type of death, murder on the street? You know, it's not common. So she's taken aback. She's in shock. A very nice man outside helps her. They go into the coffee shop. They in the bathroom, close quarters, scrubbing blood. It's kind of like scary, shocking, but trauma bond, and like kind of romantic the way he's helping her and taking care of her. Boom, this man is Jeremy. She's like, oh my God, isn't this the craziest thing you ever seen? Blah, blah, blah. She's freaking out. And he's like, you want me to tell you the truth? And she's like, sure, yeah. Because, I mean, look, we just seen somebody die together. Like, why not? He's like, no, it's not the worst thing I ever seen. Last summer, I pulled my daughter out the lake, my dead daughter. Crazy. Room, stop. First of all, why would you tell a stranger that? She did ask for it, but still, that's a big drop for somebody you don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe some people might say I talk too much. Some people might say I'm overshare. I would never say no shit like that to somebody I just met. Either way, she's shocked. Like, oh my God, he definitely wins. Like, I don't want to be in the trauma Olympics, but damn, like he just sunned me. Feels awkward. He ends up giving her his shirt. He leaves. He telling her, oh, we got to go to a meeting, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, me too. Gives her the shirt. Leaves. They're going to the meeting now. Coincidentally, they end up in the same elevator. And she's like, how did you get to change your shirt, come back to still be here at the same time with me? And he's like, oh, my hotel was in the area. They're going upstairs. They're talking more in the elevator. It's kind of romantic, kind of awkward still. She likes him, though. He's fine. He's kind of feeling her. She's like, oh, what are you here for? I'm a writer. Oh, that's interesting. My wife is a writer. And it's like, oh, you had a wife this whole time. I guess she's looking down for a ring. Maybe she wasn't paying attention before due to the trauma, the shock. But it's like, okay, he's married now. So it's turned down. They get off on the same floor. Goes to the meeting. She's waiting, or she sees her agent friend. He starts talking to her. Jeremy go his own way. Agent / temporary lover, Mr. Right Now, was like, what's up with you? What happened? Like, I just knew you would be late. The meeting's not till this time because I didn't trust you type. And she's like, oh, I seen somebody get hit by a car. Whatever. He's like, damn, you got some horrible luck. He's telling her about the deal. It's basically these people, book company, needs a writer to fill in for the writer that they had that was writing this super successful like Hunger Games series. She never been a ghostwriter before, but she is broke. Like I said, she's about to get evicted. Her mama just died. She doesn't have a lot of positive things going on. And what they're trying to pay her is some significant money. So she goes in the meeting. She listens to what they say. They explain to her, oh, the famous writer Verity Crawford has been in an accident. She's not up to it, but we need to finish out this series. It's 5 books. You know, you got to finish the last 2. Boom. You already got a fan base. We need you to do press. We need you to write the remaining 2 books, close out the series. Shout out to you. We already got outlines, this, that. We already got notes, so you can take a direction. You can know how to go. You can read the books if you haven't read the books. I think at first they offered her like $100,000, $200,000. And she was like, oh my gosh, she was feeling positive about it. But then she thought about the breakdown. Like, oh, I got to get my agent X amount. I'm broke already. I'm about to get evicted. I got to pay bam, bam, bam. That's turning out to be like $50,000, $40,000 a year. Like, that's not nothing. No, we can't do that. So she don't want to take the deal. They're shook. Like, you don't want to take the deal? Like, but you're you. You don't want to. How you even find out about me? Jeremy, who was in the meeting awkwardly, was like, oh, my wife, she liked your work, and you know, she mentioned you as one of the options of the people that she wanted to finish her series. Deep. She buys that. Everybody buys that. Okay. They are awkward the whole time though. Like, she's looking at him, he's looking at her, because they already have these super intimate experiences. Everybody else was on business. The agent guy is like, come take it. Like, I know you broke, because I'm broke too, off with just dealing with you. Like, come on now. She decides, okay, like, I'm gonna stay in here. Give me a minute. Everybody leave. Can we have the room? She want to talk to Jeremy, I guess. They're talking. He's like, look, they're trying to lowball you. I asked them for $500,000. They have the money. You come to the house. You can look at the notes. You go in our office, because I really wouldn't know where to point you in the right direction, how to get it started for you. I'm not a writer. She goes. Agent comes back. Everybody talks. She asks for the $500,000. He's shocked, like, and no press, because Jeremy told her that too. If you don't really feel like you got the personality and all that, you don't want to be out in front of people, that's why you feel like your books don't do well right now, you don't even get on Instagram, read your reviews, nothing, just say no press. So she says that $500,000, no press. They agree to it. Next thing you know, they're outside. The agent situation man is like, kind of awkward about it, like, what's up with you and him? Like, I don't like that at all, blah blah blah, like, kind of being fake protective. She's batting him off. They end up going back to her house. They was going to celebrate, quote unquote celebrate. He got some champagne. They pull up, though. She forgot she had that eviction coming, so the eviction notice is outside. So now he know that you was really, really broke the whole time. You don't want somebody that you used to have sex with, that you might want to have sex with again, to know that you're getting kicked out of your apartment. That's ghetto, and that's embarrassing. But he's seen it already. It is what it is. Y'all can go inside. He's trying to play his old tricks on her, but she's not having it, because, like we said, she's seen the girl on Instagram and it made her uncomfortable. She's like, oh, how's your girlfriend? As soon as he gets on that type of time with her, like touchy-feely, she's like, oh, what happened with your girlfriend? What's up with your girlfriend? Like, thank you for the champagne. But that turns him all the way off. They start talking about her and the Verity thing, going out there. He's like, that's weird. Like, I wouldn't do that. Why can't you just blah, blah, blah. And she's not having it now, because he's trying to step in like a boyfriend, and it ain't that. He leaves. She feels, I don't know, awkward about it, but I feel like she does feel triumphant, because she resisted the urge. Next thing you know, she's going out. I feel like these people live in Maine. They live in the middle of nowhere somewhere. They live in Vermont. I don't remember. Read the book if you're interested in this story. Okay, my reviews are not, they don't have a lot of detail. We're giving broad sweeps about what happened. We're giving the story, in my opinion. If you want detail, I'll give you the link to the audiobook in the description. Bam, problem solved. She goes to these people's house. They living in the woods. She pulls up. She rented a car. She listened to Verity's books on audiobook going up there. She's paranoid. I can't write this good. I don't know how to do this. This is dark. I don't write dark books. She pulls up to the house. Very, very nice. They're clearly rich. She also, before, kind of stalked them and looked up the house, how much it sold for, so she knows they got money. Once she gets there, she see a little kid. He's very cute, but he's like whatever to her. She's like, he goes into the house, don't even hold the door for her. He just walked away. I feel like this little boy an asshole. You don't know him. He don't know you. You're a stranger. Why are you expecting niceness from a kid? You're a stranger, and you just pulled up to his house. You could be a killer. You could be a kidnapper. Be serious about yourself, Lowen. She's surveying the land. She's looking at the cars. Okay. She goes in. Jeremy comes out. Everything's going. We're going to show you around the house. It already got weird for me, because he was like, oh, you can sleep in the master bedroom. Like, what? You don't have a guest bedroom? Like, what's going on? It'll be more convenient for you. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, here's Verity's office. Yeah, you can stay as long as you need. Just awkward. To me, as the reader, I'm like, awkward. Verity is laid up in the bed in the house upstairs on like some fake life support. She's unresponsive. She's just a vegetable. They're just keeping her alive out of pity and guilt, because they already lost their daughter. They got the little son in the house left, so she got a nurse around the clock, and then Jeremy taking care of her as well. It's a lie. She's like a convalescent. She's convalescing in the home upstairs. So that's awkward and scary for me. Lowen, not a red flag to her. She's roll right through it. Time is going by. She's going to the study. She's reading the notes. She's going through things. She finds Verity like laptop or something with her autobiography on it. She starts reading that autobiography more so than she's paying attention to the outlines and the notes and looking for the stuff she needs to finish her job, the reason why she's there, to research. She's learning all about the Verity life. So Verity in this book is saying how she met Jeremy. She was at a party trying to meet rich guys. She had on this stolen, like, super sexy red dress that she stole from Macy's. She was like, this is a fuckable dress. She's at the party looking her best. She stole the invitation out the trash can at her job. She knows it's gonna be some sugar daddies up in here. She's trying to catch one. At the bar, she's drunk because it's an open bar. She's taking drinks. Jeremy pulls up. I don't want you to serve her anymore, to the bartender. And she's like, excuse me, like, who are you? I don't want you to serve anymore. Then she tried to do a little back and forth. The bartender, like, you're not going to serve me? He's like, ma'am, I don't want to start anything. She goes to another bar. Jeremy has game for a white man. I'm not going to lie. He's like, she goes to the other bar and try to order liquor. He tells the same thing, like, I would prefer you to serve her water. And she's like, why do you keep doing that? Basically, like, you're hating. He's like, really, I just want you to stop drinking because I want to take you home with me and I want you to be able to give your consent. Manly man. So she is also shook by that, like, oh, okay. So they go outside together. At first she was annoyed by him, but now she's intrigued. He takes her straight to a limo. They're in the limo, they're making out. She's on his lap. They're doing this, they're doing that. Remember, she got that dress on, easy access. Before they could really get to where it needs to go for them, the driver of the limo gets in. He's like, what the? Because this is not Jeremy's limo. Jeremy came in a Honda. But he was trying to impress Verity because she looked like that type of girl. She go to the Honda. It's some, I love you just the way you are. Love don't cost a thing. They leave together. They have a great time. Next thing you know, him and Verity together all the time. They're a thing. She's basically living in his apartment. She didn't tell him that, but she had let her lease go and she was just chilling there all the time. They're having sex. She seems obsessed with having sex with him. Like, that's all she want to do. She want to live inside his skin. Finally, Verity ends up getting pregnant and she tells him, when he was asking her to move in, like, basically, I already live here. You know, I let my lease go. He was annoyed by that, but he kept going along with it. She finds out she's pregnant. He's over the moon happy. She is disgusted. She hates the idea that now all he cares about is these kids. Like, every time he touches her, he's saying baby stuff. He's speaking baby language to her stomach. He's always touching her stomach. He's always asking her about the kids. She doesn't like it. She's annoyed. She tries to, she feels like it's going to affect their sex too. So she tries to do a little bathroom abortion with the hanger or something. And it doesn't work out. She's trying to throw herself down the stairs. She's trying to do whatever to just not have these kids because she doesn't like how he's acting already. She liked being the apple of his eye, getting the most attention, and now this is happening and she's not with it. Then she really feels like how she looks is the key to this relationship with Jeremy. And you're not wrong, girl. Men are visual people. If they meet you a certain way, I feel like they expect you to stay that way or get better. And if you don't, they're going to look elsewhere. All right? That's just, all the evidence has shown, the historical data has shown that that's the case. So she's like, oh no, my mom is fat. She never took care of her machine. You know, I think your body like a machine. You got to work it. You got to eat right. You got to blah, 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 blah. And I don't want to be like her. Like, I like being hot. I like the pretty girl privilege that I receive. And I like Jeremy being obsessed with me. Want to have sex with me all the time. Like that. That's what my world is about. That's what makes the sun shine for me. So, like I said, she tried the little abortions. It didn't work out. She's distraught by that. But what can you do? So then she ends up having the kids. Jeremy, again, excited, over the moon. One of the twins is born with a big scratch on their cheek. Jeremy is very concerned. He's a good parent, that's why. And he's like, how could this happen? Blah, blah, blah. The doctor's like, they're twins. Sometimes twins could scratch each other in the womb. This and that. He's like, that looks too deep to be a scratch. No, like, it's not possible. Verity feeling guilty because she knows it was probably you that scratched that baby, with your hanger, what you were trying to do in the bathroom. And I think Jeremy, like, she was bleeding or whatever, and she tried to make it a big deal, like a little sympathy play, but whatever. The kids survived. The kids are here now. They're twins. One of them, I guess, a little bit more, basically, one of the kids has like Asperger's and one of the kids is quote unquote normal. She more so takes a liking to the one that has Asperger's, but this takes a minute because at first when she has the kids at home, she don't like them. She doesn't like them at all. She don't like that she feels like she's sharing Jeremy's attention. He don't want to have sex with her no more like that because of the 6-week thing. She's just disgusted. Okay, she's trying to do everything she can. She's trying to give head. She's trying to do this and that, trying to be spicy in bed. He's like, no, like, you need to be careful. She's annoyed to the point that she's neglecting the kids all out. She could not wait for him to go to work so she could ignore them kids. When I was reading this part of the book, when she was talking about when Jeremy went to work, that was the best thing that ever happened to her because she get to put the kids in the room all day, turn that baby monitor off, and just sleep. And then she would set an alarm for when he was about to get off of work, and she would go in the kitchen, she would cook, she would kind of freshen herself up, make herself look cute, feed and water the children, change diapers so she could just make it look like she was a hardworking mother all day. That took me out. That's hilarious. Because why is it that serious to you? You rather live your life like that than just have an abortion or something, or never even told him you were pregnant. Like, you were so thirsty for the attention that you got yourself into this situation, and now you're a bad parent. Then Jeremy kind of starts to get vibes from her. Like, what's up with you? She put the kids in daycare. That pissed him off. He didn't like that. But then he was like, why do you always just talk about one and not the other one? Like, every single time I ask you something about one, you're like, oh, like, she's fine, she's this, she's that, but you have your favorite. Basically, he called her out, and she did not like that at all. She quickly came up with the, like, I don't know. She tried to get out of it because she, of course, the most important thing to her is looking bad to this man. She's like, no, it's just that the other one is not smart, and this one is like, bitch, are you kidding me right now? You just said one of your kids is smart enough. Like, be serious. So now Jeremy is turned off by her, and she don't understand how to fix it. Her go-to is always sex. She ignoring the kids. The baby monitor is going off. He's like, I'll go get him. She's annoyed. When she goes in there, she basically tries to suffocate the kid for interrupting their sex. Like, you are deranged. It should never be that deep to you. No D is that B for you to act like that, Verity. Pick yourself up off the ground. Now you're a murderer. Now you're an attempted murderer for the D challenge. This is horrific. My mind was blown. I'm listening to this part at work like, are you kidding me right now? I want to call CPS and it's not even a real person. The kids get a little bit older. One day, she has a dream. She has a dream that one twin kills the other one. And she's like, ooh, I hate that. It just heightened her hate for the one she already didn't like. She's like, see, that's why I didn't like you. Like, and of course she can't tell Jeremy because she would sound crazy. But the whole time they're growing up, she's just like waiting for that moment where the one kills the other's sister. So she feels like vindicated and showing her more love and all that because she knows she's not going to have a lot of time with her, or that's what she's telling herself in her mind. One day the girls go to a sleepover, and at this point Verity is already popping. She wrote the book. She showed it to Jeremy one day. He was like, oh, it's good. It's really, really good. Like, we should do something with this. She gets a book deal. She puts the first one out. It wasn't like that. The second one, it went crazy. So they're rich now. They got money. They move into this house that they got, that Lowen is in right now as a squatter, and everything is going well. Verity got money now. She can really just lounge. She hires out all the jobs that she did not want to do. She got the nanny lady who's really there under the guise of being a maid because Jeremy's like, we don't need a nanny. Like, if I'm not gonna work like that and you're gonna just write books, like, we can just be a happy family, because he's all, he's like a TV dad. Verity, no, she's like, okay, yeah, like, she's just gonna help this big house. It's so big. But really, the lady was a nanny. Like, she would play with the kids. She would do stuff. She would do all the things that Verity didn't want to do. taking the ick out of parenting. And I'm not mad at that. I'm never going to judge somebody that does that, because nobody wants to do the quote unquote heavy lifting of just regular life. It's very mundane. It's very tedious. About it, nothing about it is enriching or fun or fulfilling in any kind of way. Washing the dishes, cleaning up things, organizing things. Like, if you like that, sure, every now and then it's fun, but nobody wants to do it every day all the time. Cooking, cleaning, it's just, it ain't that. If you can hire it out, hire it out. Driving kids around, hire it out. If you got to find somebody you trust though. But so Verity has done that for herself. Now she can just kick it, watch TV, write these books, coast. She got Jeremy out the way. She brought this land. Like, go out and be the lumberjack that you desire. Like, we got a lake. You can fish. You can swim. You can hike. You can do home improvement. Like, just be happy. They're going to daycare. He gets mad about that, but whatever. She's making the money now. They get friends. They're a little bit older now. They go to a sleepover. One of the girls, she has the peanut allergy. The one that I told you that has the Asperger's. She has a peanut allergy for years. She's been going over to this little girl's house. Everything is cool. The mom knows about the peanut allergy. Everything is safe. But this time, they snuck into the pantry after everybody was asleep. They ate some snacks. Apparently, some of the snacks had peanuts in it. And baby girl is dead. And she always had her EpiPen with her and stuff like that. But this is in the middle of the night. The parents are asleep. All the kids probably went to sleep after they had the snacks. And she probably just asphyxiated in her sleep. R.I.P. Verity immediately, no sympathy, no love in her heart, for real, in my opinion, from, reader perspective, for the other daughter, for the situation. Nothing. She was just like, I knew this day would come. Like, you killed her. You did it on purpose. Like, it was probably your idea. Blah, blah, blah. She's just making up all this whole story in her head. Crazy. Of course, Jeremy is distraught. Oh my God, my baby girl is dead. Verity is always like, damn, now he's acting weird. Now he don't want to have sex. Like, what's the point of this? Like, I hate this. Why is he still being so sad? Like, get over it. Like, you have me. You got the other daughter. Like, be happy. Be chill. Like, things happen. A crazy person. He's not getting over it. So she comes up with the scheme. Like, he was so happy when I was pregnant. He loves kids so much. Maybe I can have another kid. So she lies to this man. And she tells him, oh, I know you've been so sad, but I have this news, like, I'm pregnant, blah, blah, blah. It kind of takes him out of the funk. He's happy. He's like, oh my God, really? Like, oh my God, we have another baby. Oh yeah, we're going to be complete. Our heart. Does not even know who he's dealing with. So boom, she said this. Now he wants to have sex all the time. Now he's all over her. And she's like, oh, I got to hurry up. I got to get pregnant now because I'm not pregnant. So she makes it happen for herself. She gets pregnant. The little boy, they're all happy. Family complete. Oh my God. We lost the kid, but we got one. It's lit. However, Verity still not satisfied. She has a vendetta now against this other daughter. So one day she decides, now it's my opportunity. I'm going to take this little girl out. I know what she did. I don't want her in the house. I don't like her. I don't trust her. I never did. She gets in the boat. I told you, they have a little lake by their house. She brings the son. Oh, she's acting kind of weird, depressed, because her favorite daughter died. Yes, I feel like the son came. Yeah, my bad. But anyways, the favorite daughter died off the peanut allergy, so Verity is depressed. And he's like, you need to get out of your funk. You need to come outside. Like, why don't you do something with the kids? Like, take the kids out. Play with them, do something. She goes out, she doesn't. But the whole time she had the plan. So she's like, oh, let's get in this little canoe. Come on. Just put the little boy in, put the daughter in. They go out. She purposefully tips the canoe. None of them can swim. Purposefully tips the canoe. Tells the son before she tips it, hold your breath. Girl, hell no. Tells him to hold his breath. Flips the canoe, little girl screaming, paddling, help me, Mom, help me. She swims to the back, to the shore with the son. The son is screaming too, like, help her, Mom, help her. She's sitting on the beach with the son, letting her drown, watching the whole thing with the son. The son's like, Mom, we have to do something. Why aren't you helping her? She's like, damn, it would look bad, Of course, nobody's really gonna believe a kid because he's so young and then he was traumatized. He don't remember what happened. But it would look bad if they came. Like, if Jeremy pulls up right now, he just see me sitting on the beach, like, I didn't even try to go back out. Or when they ask this little boy what happened, he don't say, like, oh yeah, my mom tried. She went back out there. So she swims back out there. And then she remembered, oh, one time when we first got this property, like, Jeremy and I were out here, and we flipped the boat by accident, and there was an air pocket, and we were underneath. And she's like, oh, I hope she's not under the air pocket. Like, what a bitch. So anyway, she swims out there. She flips it. She goes into the canoe, I guess. No, she's not under the air pocket. Yes, we got it. She don't see her, so she feels like she won. Jeremy comes back. She turns the Oscar-nominated performance on. Academy Award winning. Tears, screaming, freaking out. A little boy on the same type of time. Oh my God, she's in there. Help us, help us. He jumps in. What? Oh my God. He goes into super dad mode. Jumps in, trying to find her, swimming. They call 911. Call 911. The police come. Paramedics, whoever. Trying to find her. Jeremy finds a little girl tied up, caught up in a net that he recently lost in the lake. My God. Then he has to swim with her lifeless body back to the shore. Sad. And this is what he was telling Lowen about when they met, when they were cleaning that blood off them in the bathroom. Too deep for me. Now, remember, Lowen is in Verity's house right now, in her study, on her laptop, reading all of this. Her mind is blown. She's freaking out. The whole time she's been reading the book, or really all she's been concerned with about is like kind of being thirsty over their relationship and like, oh my God, like this is so intimate and I don't want to be reading about them having sex all the time because I like Jeremy kind of, and all, like, just being a weirdo, being a creep. She reads this though, now she feels she's got ammo. And low-key in the house, she feels like certain things have been going on. Like, the little boy told her that his mom waved to him out the window and different things. She felt like she seen somebody walking in the house. Like, just odd things. However, when she gets to this, she's reading it. Okay, now the family is all messed up. I feel like it's going to be broken forever because the little girl is dead. They got the son, but they faced too much heartache. They lost 2 daughters in a very short amount of time. Verity is like, at this point, if Jeremy never gonna be happy again, I never really wanted these kids anyways. Like, this level of misery, I never felt like it would come over me like this. And if I'm gonna get arrested, because when the police were questioning her and stuff, it was going weird. Like, everybody had a lot of questions, as they should. And the little boy story did not add up either, because he was like, he told everyone that she told him to hold his breath before she tipped the boat. So that obviously made it seem to everyone like she had something to do with it and like she wasn't telling the full story, which of course she wasn't. Made everybody suspicious, but it wasn't really anything they could do. There was no witnesses, like there are no cameras. What can they do? They got to take her word for it because she's the adult. So she's like, if anything is going to happen with that, or they're going to try to, I don't know, put me in jail or something, I'll just run myself into a tree. Like, I'll just kill myself. I'll just crash my car. Insane. So basically that's what she does. Verity gets in a pre-planned car crash, which is why she is a convalescent right now. And then that kind of makes Jeremy annoyed with Lowen's suspicions about her. Like, oh, I saw her walking. Oh, your son said he waved at her. Oh, I feel like she did this, she did that. And he's like, look, she got into this car accident. We feel like it was kind of suicidal. We don't know what's going on. She cannot move. She does not have the capacity to do the things that you're accusing her of doing. Lowen's annoyed. She's like, I'm not crazy. I know what I saw. I know I need to get out of this house. At some point, she goes to Target with Jeremy because he asks her like what she wants for dinner or something. She says tacos. So they go to Target. They run into some of Verity's friends and they try to get at Jeremy because, of course, what are you in here with this young girl for? And he calls her, like, when she asks, oh, how is Verity? And he's like, oh, how is, for example, like Steven? And she got mad and she was basically like, her husband's name is this. And Lowen just ate that up. Like, oh, he burned this lady, saying the name of her, like, side man. Nobody cares about that. You might know my business, but I'm seeing you out right now in 3D in the flesh with this girl. So, like, keep it on the topic. Keep what we on. But he deflected. They both felt like it was her own. Lowen was impressed, so he won. They get the stuff. She got to get tampons and stuff. She's embarrassed. She's fake embarrassed because she like him. She also ends up going to dinner with him and him and Verity's son, which I thought was deep. Like, why are you playing family with this lady's? Come on now. It ends up being Lowen's birthday while she's standing there. He makes her a cake. It's just too much relationship activity going on for some people that just met. And now you're in my house with my husband. Like, I'm not dead just because I'm not talking, not walking around here, quote unquote. Like, I am still very much in here. And the fact that you don't care about that, you're sleeping in my bed. Then at one point, Lowen said, oh, she was wearing Jeremy's shirts because she liked them. And this bitch has lost her mind. Like, your mind is gone. You're living in fantasy land. But anyways, the little fake sexual tension, fake relationship vibe they were giving each other, it was mutual. Because Jeremy likes her too. And she's just like, I just can't believe that you're just locked up in this house and you don't deserve this and your son deserves to be happy too. And why don't you send Verity to a facility and la la la. Because Verity's nurse checked her on talking about her like she was dead. She's like, these people, you don't know what is going on really. You don't know to what degree they're cognitive. You don't know if she can hear you, if she can understand what you're saying. But don't speak about her like she's dead. Because Lauren was speaking of her in the past tense right in front of the lady's body. Crazy. So she didn't really like that. So she was just like, and the nurse is always mean to me. Why would the nurse be nice to you? You are a young hot girl staying in this married couple's house and the lady is incapacitated upstairs. Why would anybody just be kind to you? It doesn't make any sense. You're like taking over her life. You're trying to take over her life. Like I said, this is very single white female. You want her life down to the husband and the son. You're a weirdo and you're not realizing you're a weirdo because nobody's telling you it, but this nurse is trying to keep it real with you without saying anything. You're out of pocket. Well, so she's like, yeah, you should just put Verity in a facility. He's like, oh, I could never do that because of our son, who's already faced so much loss. Keep her in the house, at least he can see her. And she is like, okay, then I think at some point they agree, like on the weekends, because they end up having sex in Verity's bed in her house that she paid for with her book money. You lay it low and you spread it wide. Okay, what is going on? You guys don't have no type of morals, no type of boundaries. What are you doing? At minimum, you can do it in a guest room. You're already in the lady's house with her in it. You can do it in her bed. That's buck wild. Then remember, Lowen has read all of their relationship business, all their little sexual escapades. So she's looking at the headboard like, oh, look at all these teeth marks that Verity left in the headboard when she was, like having sex with him. Oh my God, it must have been so good. Oh, I'm going to leave deeper teeth marks. I'm going to just psychotic. And Jeremy, his wife is in a coma. He's not getting none. He's in there playing fake nurse. So he's probably just horny, honestly, and lonely. Any female attention, better than none. So they're in there, they're doing what they're doing. He messes around and falls asleep. And he wakes up like, oh, he wanted to be up before the nurse came, before the son woke up, whatever. But the door to the bedroom is locked from the outside. Because when Lowen got there, she asked, there was no lock on the door at all. And she asked for one because she is a sleepwalker and she has done some dangerous things sleepwalking in the past. She had a whole episode. That's why her and her mom weren't close, because her mom didn't handle it well, that she was a sleepwalker. She didn't trust her because, yeah, you could kill us, you could do anything. So she asked him to get the lock on the outside of the door when she got there so she did not embarrass herself. Whatever. Verity comes downstairs, lock those doors, because Lowen was not wrong. Verity is moving and shaking around that house. She's pretending to be incapacitated for the reason that we discussed up to this point. So Jeremy is freaking out. He's like, I need out of here. I gotta get. And he's just brawn, not heavy on the brain side. So he breaks the window. He goes out the window. He goes around. He unlocks it. And he's like, maybe it was an accident. Maybe the son did it. Blah, blah, blah. Like, but the son was asleep. It was just a lie. She's like, I'm telling you, it's Verity. He does not believe it at all. He's not having it. At some point, he sees Lowen just standing in Verity's room too, like kind of over her. And that freaks him out. He doesn't like that at all. Like, you're doing too much. You're in there with my wife and you don't hurt her. And she can't do anything. And you're wrong. You're losing your mind, Lowen. The nurse one day brings Verity downstairs. She's in the living room, the common area. Lowen don't like that at all. She's parked in front of the TV. The nurse gets off and she leaves. When she leaves the TV on, and she leaves Verity right there because why not? Like, the family's gonna have dinner, all of that. Like, she can just be down here. He can take her back up later on. So Verity walking up to her like, oh, she was sitting at the bar, I think, like at the island, the kitchen island, and she felt the channel change. She saw the channel change or turn up or down or something. She goes over there and she's like, I'm so tired of this. Like, I know you can talk. I know you can hear us. I know you did what you did. Like, I know you locked us in there. I know you're walking around in here. Like, you better do something. You better say something. Say something right now. Like, stop playing. Verity, very practiced, cold as ice, not doing nothing. Blinking, moving, nothing. She's like, you know what? You think you're so smart? I'm going to fuck your husband tonight in your bed. Like, just being a psycho bitch, honestly. Verity keeping it inside still. The husband comes, what are you doing? Takes her away. All right. So now Lowen's like, I'm going to leave because it's too much. This is tripping and all this. Whatever, girl. You should never be here in the first place. You need to go. You're supposed to come here, collect the data, the outlines, the notes, and leave. And you came and you tried to steal this lady whole house, husband, son. You guys deserve better. Like, girl, go back to your eviction notice. Oh, you don't have no apartment. Oh, that was another thing. She was trying to get an apartment while she was gone before the eviction went through, before she got that check. That's why she ended up staying longer at the house. He was like, oh, you can stay here, because he liked her the whole time. So once she finally does get the wire for the money, for the book deal, she tries to call the apartment that she applied for before all of this happened, and they were like, yeah, sorry, you were approved, but it was like pre-approved. Now you got this eviction, like, you can't stay here. He, I think, overhears it. He's like, it's fine, you can keep staying here, because he liked her the whole time. Then she also found out he lied about the whole Verity thing. Verity don't know who you are, didn't pick you, nobody read your books. He read your books and he liked you, and he recommended you for this job. So it gets even deeper. This whole thing was planned. Creepy. So now I think we are at the point where Owen is fed up. So she decides, oh, Jeremy don't believe me. I'm about to get your integrity off the table, because he doesn't even know who you are. So she exposes Verity's autobiography to him and is like, he's acting all shocked. What? She tried to kill our daughter. Like, nah. So he wants to kill her. Verity, that is. He runs upstairs, like, oh, he's about to do it right now. Like, fuck her. She's out of here. Lowen, crazy, no, don't do it. If you do it, like, you're gonna go to jail, and then your son's not gonna have any parents, and this is exactly what you didn't want. Like, no, sweetie, please. Then she proceeds to give him instructions on how to suffocate this lady, based on what she read in the book about how Verity planned to do it to one of the daughters with the pillow. And that whole part of the book seems so odd. Like, how quickly you flip that switch from, oh, I'm so scared, like, don't do this, no, like the voice of reason in the room, like, you're gonna go to jail, think about the children, to, okay, no, press down like this, do it like this, so it look like an accident, was just crazy to me. So, of course, the next day, they got a call, they got to fake the whole thing. Okay, yeah, she died in her sleep, whatever, now we can be together. Verity out the box. The son is kind of, I feel like he's faced a lot of tragedy at this point, so he's kind of, I don't want to say he's used to it, but maybe he knew it was coming, because his mom has been like I said, convalescent in the house for a minute. The nurse is distraught, but oh well, job done. Now Lowen is gonna go home. Jeremy's gonna stay here, fix his life, but they plan to, like, keep talking. Lowen finds out she's pregnant. Even deeper, like, this lady is just, she needs to be in a mental institution at this point. I don't understand it. So Lowen is pregnant. Her and Jeremy plan on being together, but of course they got to make it look good. They got to make it look appropriate. She finishes the novels. It goes well. She got her money. They're going to be together. They end up selling that house, because why would you live there? The memories, the scene of the crime. So they go back, son included, to, like, get the last thing, pack it up. Jeremy's gonna sell the house because he was a realtor during a stage of this, and then he stopped because Verity became rich. So he's taking his real estate thing back up. He's gonna sell the house. The son runs in like, oh no, let me get something. I left it in, mommy's room. Oh, the son also was like, oh, mommy tells me not to tell people, when Loan was trying to quiz him on, if the mom was still like walking around the house and all that. So mommy tells me not to talk to people. So she was like, she did wave at him. She was talking to him, laying in the bed with him and all that. Like, Verity really had it down pat, her scheme. May she rest in peace. So the son goes upstairs, runs to the room, and he gets something out of this little, how when you have wood floors, you can lift a plank and put something in there. He was like, we used to keep our toys and blah, blah, blah. When he would go upstairs and play with Verity when nobody knew. Nobody was really paying attention. Lowen finds a letter in there, and it is basically Verity's absolution. She's saying, I know, like, that when you found the book, you were so disturbed by it and you couldn't believe it. So I understand your reaction, but you tried to kill me. I don't see how you could ever believe that I would kill one of our daughters. If you were listening, if you ever paid attention to me, you would have known that like a few weeks before this, we went to a business dinner and I was saying like I was running out of material and I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish the books, and my agent or whoever she was talking about at the time they were having the dinner with was like, you have to start journaling and writing yourself as the villain so you can just get into that mode, get into that thought process, and it'll be easier for you to write from your characters. Because that was another thing that really impressed Lowen and kind of scared her, was Verity's ability to write from the villain's perspective in her successful book series. That's why she didn't really think that she was suitable for the job, because she had never done that. So this lady's explaining to Verity at the dinner with her, she brought her husband too, you just have to start journaling, write yourself as the villain, it'll come more naturally to you. Jeremy, of course, as Verity's saying in this letter, you weren't listening, as you never do. Like, you didn't care, you didn't want to be involved in my book career, you just basically ignored me, you weren't supportive. She's like, if you were paying attention, you would have known that's all that autobiography was. It was me writing from that perspective. It should have been easy for you to tell that. Why would you ever think I was that obsessed with having sex with you? Like, none of this seemed fake, all this seemed plausible. Me trying to kill the kids from day one because I just wanted you to have sex with me more, like, that can't be believable. Obviously it was to him. Come on now, he tried to kill you. So he was the one that crashed the car and tried to make it look like an accident or whatever, like it was a failed kill attempt. And so Verity decided that she would play, or no, he tried to kill her and then she did the attempt. Yes, he tried to kill her, like strangle her or something, and then she did the attempt on her life in the car, in the Range Rover, because she had this whole grand plan. Like, she was gonna fake it, she was gonna save her money up, she was gonna get her things together, get her son and just leave, because she was like, if you try to kill me, like, who knows what else is gonna happen, like, I don't trust you anymore. Although you know, it was understandable, but you kind of acted out of character. You didn't try to talk to me about it, you didn't try nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna take our son, one day we're just gonna wake up and we're gonna be gone. And that was something that Lowen thought when she was reading the book. Like, Verity is so conniving and so devious, and I don't feel like she's really sick. And I do feel like I've seen her walking around this house. She's going to steal your son. So that day when they were locked in the room, Verity kind of just broke that out like, oh, she's probably gone. So she was not far off. She's still a psycho. Lowen is still a psycho single white female, but she wasn't far off of Verity's plan. She was very on the money with that. Verity was just going to dip off at night, leave with the kid, take the money. Because she didn't trust Jeremy anymore, as she shouldn't. He tried to kill you, but we understand the circumstances. So Jeremy, I don't know, you're kind of middle ground. But now she's really dead. So Lowen, pregnant Lowen in there, fake thinking in her mind that she's the savior of the situation, is, oh my god. And I get, like, books have to have a twist. I don't usually read these types of books, so it was kind of like, okay, I guess this is what you're doing for your twist. In the final moments of the book, you came up with this twist. It seems last minute, but okay, girl. So the letter, Lowen's like, I can't do this. I'm not about to ruin my perfect life with Jeremy. Like, we're so happy we're about to have a baby. Like, the son is doing well. He seems to be recovering from the trauma of us killing his mama, even though he doesn't know. Jeremy's never going to read this letter. Like, we're in a good place. So she gets rid of it. And that's the end of the book. And I am like, I have no words. Like, if that's really, if anybody relates to this book, you're crazy. if you feel like any of these people are kind of sympathetic characters or something, you're crazy. I don't, because Verity, you did too much. You were conniving, you were devious. Even if your husband didn't listen to you at your little dinner, whatever, you could at least told him, like, oh yeah, I'm working on this. I journal all the time about myself from the evil perspective. Like, just bring it up in casual conversations so we can at least know what's going on. Because also there had to be something about you that seemed plausible for that you would kill your daughter, that he read that whole thing and he didn't think, oh, this has to be a joke. Because I feel like my husband would read, if I was writing like that, would read it and be like, oh, Tam is tripping, like this is too much, this is funny. Or he would confront me about it and like try to get answers, not just jump to killing me. So that says something about Verity's character. Lowen has been crazy from day one in the situation. From the day when you decided to go and stay at these people's house for a couple of days and look over these papers and you did not leave. And then you let this man, you let it take fake pity on you and you stayed longer because you was poor and you got that eviction and you couldn't get a new apartment. That was crazy too, because now you have all this money from the book. You could have got a hotel. You could have, there was so many options that you could have done and you didn't do it. You stayed in the house. You had sex with this man. You wore his t-shirts. You kicking it with his kid. You trying to chastise his sick wife that's faking being sick. You're wearing his t-shirts. Like, you're just a weirdo. You're in there snooping in her office around her things. Instead of doing your job. Just a creep. On the creep scale, you are off the meter. Like, if on a scale of 10, you're a 15. It's crazy. And then you find that letter and you were so happy with the life that you stole from this lady. You refuse to even give the other person the option of feeling bad or feeling remorseful about what they did or knowing that they were wrong. Because you did not want to find out if he was on the psycho level of you, which he probably was. He probably wouldn't have cared either. Like, already done. Let's move on. Our life is cute now. Why look back? I don't. No. You people are crazy. This is one of the craziest books I've ever read as far as relationship dynamics and character and how far people are willing to go. And I want to say this is a fictional woman, but there's got to be some women like out there like this that just are so desperate for somebody else's life they'll really go to any lengths and have no morals and no personal self-respect. And then all the while being the fake good guy in their mind. That's what really blew me about Lowen. The whole time in your mind, you're the good guy. Girl, please get a grip. You didn't want to have sex with the other your situationship book agent man because he had an Instagram post, but you perfectly fine with adultery in the lady's house when she sleep upstairs. Just a deep person, and by deep I mean shallow idiot. Low and 0 out of 10 as a person. Let me know what you guys think about this book in the comments. If you've read it, like I said, I'm going to put the description, or I'm going to put the link to the audiobook in the description for your listening pleasure. Maybe you'll listen to it. You'll come back to this and let me know some stuff in the comments that you think about it. If you have already read Verity, let's talk about it because my mind is blown. When I was reading it, I was talking about it on Twitter every now and then. People were tweeting me back, like this one lady was engaging with me, and she told me it was going to get worse, and it definitely did. So thank you so much for listening to this. I hope you have a beautiful day, rest of your week, wherever point you are at. I appreciate you so much. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh, let me know some books in the comments that you would like me to read or review. I love period dramas. I like historical fiction. I like black people things. Don't give me none of these Verity-esque books. Okay, I don't need it. Thank you. Bye. Hello, everyone.